Everyone here, I have a challenge for you. Oh? Hey, that's my line. Everyone has been using that line when they give a challenge. Are you really pouting over a stolen line? Drama queen, aren't you? You haven't seen anything yet. Abachan? The betrayal. I thought I'm your favorite senpai. I mean, is he wrong? Yep, just stating facts. Seems like Arkyo-chan is rubbing off on you lately. They are engaged. I would be surprised if he wasn't taking over some habits. You are engaged? Why did no one tell me? When? Where? Did Kyotani propose or you? What's the ring like? I think for this exact reason. Yeah, no offense, but you're a bit nosy sometimes. Wow, rude. As if you all are better. Never said I'm not, but at least I admit it. Can we get back to the topic, please? We all know Oikawa is annoying and Yahaba got engaged. Hey, I got engaged too. We know, you didn't shut up about it for 3 days. You weren't exactly quiet either. And you were? Okay, enough, we get it. Everyone is getting engaged, which is great, and I wish you all the best. But now please listen to me for a while, okay? Hi, I'm a bit late. What did I miss? Just a lot of talking about engagements. Fine, where's the last one? I'm here, but I'm not really in the mood for challenges. I'm not forcing anyone into it. You can leave the chat if you don't want to participate, but at least hear me out. Alright. So what's the challenge? To tell your partner you are sleeping on the couch to see their reaction. Sounds interesting. Agreed. Did Atsumu do something again? Yes, but that's not important for you. That sounds like there are 2 ways this can go. Yeah, and I don't like the second option. It will be fine. I don't know. What if Eita starts overthinking again? Didn't you say he's doing better now since Valentine's Day? He is, but I don't know what can send him over the edge again. I'm already sleeping on the couch. Wait, what? Why? I don't want to talk about it. Sorry to hear that, though that probably won't help you much. Yeah, but thanks for trying. Okay, you don't have to do the challenge if you don't feel like it. What about the address? I'm not sure. Issei tends to have nightmares even when I'm with him, but it gets much worse when I'm gone. Yeah, Akira has trouble sleeping when I'm away too. You don't have to actually sleep there. It's about seeing your partner's reaction. That should be okay then. Alright, I'm in. Me too. I'm curious what Mori will say. He always complains I take too much space in bed, so it could be interesting. I'm honestly a bit worried about Yu's reaction, but sure, I'm in. I guess it doesn't have to be so bad. Oh, also, if you act sad or angry before saying it, then even better. Oh boy. I'm not sure how exactly I can do this since I'm already on the couch, but I don't think I can mess up more anyway, so I'll try. Anyone else has anything against? Doesn't seem like it. Great. Good luck everyone then. Joining Yaku in the gym wasn't among his brightest ideas. That became clear quite early on. He wanted to make the most out of their rare time together in Japan, and so he naturally suggested they should go together when his fiancée decided to go let out some steam. Now, Lev wasn't in peak condition sport-wise for quite some time already. Sure, he kept himself fit for modeling, but wasn't a frequent visitor of the local gyms. Unlike Yaku. And now he was paying for his decision, unable to even enjoy seeing his fiancée flexing his muscles. Lev, focus or you'll strain some muscle. The unusually commanding voice snapped Lev out of his thoughts. He tried to flash Yaku an innocent smile, faltering a bit when Yaku narrowed his eyes at him. I am focused. I just don't know how this thing works. Could you show me? I've shown you 3 times already. Where was your mind then? Please? Sighing, Yaku rolled his eyes but still stepped closer and collected Lev's grip on the handles as well as position of his legs. It's not that effective if you have your legs folded like this. Get them in front of you. And look ahead, not down. That's bad for your neck. Don't worry about doing too many sets in one go. Take breaks between series or you won't be able to move anything tomorrow. Lev shuddered. I thought you would think of some lighter exercise for me. I can't keep up with you. I'm not a sportsman anymore. As if you ever were. And let me remind you that I told you you can stay at home and wait for me. This was your idea. Because I wanted to be with my future husband. Yaku sighed deeply, but Lev didn't miss the small, fond smile tugging in the corner of his mouth when he ruffled his hair. You're lucky your future husband is already used to your antics. Lev grinned happily and would gladly swoop Yaku into his arms if he wasn't pushed by him into the cushions on the machine. Now, exercise. Come on. Lev whined quietly, but then gritted his teeth and started on the first series of the exercise Yaku showed him earlier. He couldn't disappoint Yaku by being lazy, could he? Maybe I should start exercising sometimes too. We could go together, or go running together. That would... The weights crashed down when one of the handles slipped from his hand. He yelped and jumped back, hissing when his head collided with the upper part of the machine. Fuck. Lev? Lev flinched. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention, I know. He prepared for getting scolded, but then went still when Yaku laid his hand against his head. Don't worry about that. Are you okay? Yeah, I just hit the thing here. He chuckled sheepishly. It's okay though. You've hit my head so many times I'm practically immune. That's not funny, Lev. You could get hurt. Aw, is Mori worried about me? He cringed inwardly when he heard the not-so-quiet snickers behind his back. Quick glance over his shoulder told him it came from the same 2 guys who were watching him for some time already, always whispering something between themselves. He wondered if Yaku noticed them too. It didn't seem like it. Do you need an ice pack or something? I think they have some here. Oh, no, it's okay. It's not that serious. His head throbbed with pain quite a bit, but he still attempted a smile. However, he staggered as he started to get up, almost hitting his head again. The snickering behind him grew on volume. Clumsy idiot. I bet it takes ages for that little brain of his to send a proper signal to his limbs. Do you think he has to think 5 minutes ahead with that height like giraffe? Lev clenched his jaw, unsuccessfully trying to filter the 2 voices out. It wasn't unusual for people to remark on his height, be it in awe or as snide comment. But even though he was used to it, didn't mean he was immune to the latter type. Well, it wasn't like he could do anything about it anyway without... What did you say? Lev tensed, the barely hidden fury in Yaku's voice chilling to the marrow of his bones. It's okay, Mori, No, it's not. You! What did you just call my fiancé? Care to tell me in the face? Oh, that dumbass is yours? Or are you his guard dog? I got Chihuahua at best. Despite the smile plastered on his face, Yaku clenched his jaw, and Lev recoiled. He knew this posture too well, though he had to admit Yaku was still holding back. I don't appreciate some random assholes insulting my loved one. Yeah? And what are you going to do about it, huh? Bite their ankles? A feral grin split Yaku's face. I was hoping you would ask. Later that evening, Lev wasn't sure whether to be scared or impressed with how things unwrapped in the gym. He knew Yaku was now much stronger than in high school, both due to age and relentless training, but seeing him kick those two in the curb was almost terrifying. Satisfying, but scary. You're spacing out again. Lev just hummed quietly in answer. No matter the result, he couldn't unhear the comments or stop them from bouncing around in his head. It reminded him a lot of the stuff he heard from Yaku during high school. I'm just thinking about something. He wondered if Yaku still found him clumsy. Tall, clumsy, and stupid. Yaku clicked his tongue before he flopped on the bed, groaning when he landed on Lev's legs. Ow! Move, you titan, you take too much space. Lev paused. Oh, right, the challenge. He put on the best set expression he could muster and lowered his gaze. Actually, I'll be sleeping on the couch tonight. What? Why? Well, you said I take too much space anyway, so I thought... He didn't finish when a smaller hand closed around his wrist. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. I don't mind, I can fit just fine. So you don't think I'm too much? With my height and clumsiness and all that? Yaku shifted closer, wrapping his arms around Lev's shoulders. Of course not. Why would I ask you to marry me if I minded? I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said it. And don't worry about those idiots either, they know nothing. You may be a bit clumsy, but that's just part of your charm. You think so? Yeah. And it's so cute how you always try so much and never get discouraged by failure. It's why I love you. Lev giggled and turned around to engulf Yaku in tight embrace. I love you too, Mori. You're the coolest, you know? But please don't hit people again. They deserved it. But we got kicked out. Worth it. He landed a kiss to Lev's lips. No one gets to insult my silver line. No one. Oikawa grumbled quietly under his breath as he read through the messages in the chat. He mentally kicked himself for not thinking of the challenge himself. It was ideal to get a reaction out of one's partner without risking too much. But in the end, it didn't really matter. He had other things to take care of, namely put his acting skills to a good use. Toru, stop staring into the phone and come help me. But Hajime... Don't Hajime me and come here. Oikawa pouted, but secretly wrapped his hands like an evil fly. They were in a furniture store, choosing table and chairs for Iwaizumi's new flat, and Oikawa, as the good boyfriend he was, offered to help him out. Iwaizumi rolled his eyes at him when he proposed the idea, but said nothing against it and even let Oikawa drive. Though now, he looked a tiny bit annoyed. Perfect. Slowly, Oikawa made his way to his boyfriend, who was apparently deciding between two colors for the chairs. What is it you need, my dear? Iwaizumi narrowed his eyes at him. I need you to use that color-matching brain of yours to help me decide. That's why I took you with me. So, green or blue? Acting as if deep in thought, Oikawa tapped his fingers on his chin, carefully observing the chairs. I guess both could work. You don't say. Do you have anything less helpful than that? Mean, Hajime. I thought you trust my judgment. Not when your advice is absolutely useless. Oikawa laid his hand over his heart. You wound me, Hajime. This is what I get for being so kind and going with you. I don't deserve such horrendous treatment. Sighing, Iwaizumi pinched the bridge of his nose. I'm seriously starting to regret this. You know what? I'll take the blue ones. I don't care anymore. But I like the green ones. Iwaizumi shot him a sharp look and waved a clerk over to finish the purchase and to help him transport it to the car. Oikawa followed him without a single word and with a mastered sad frown on his lips. Iwaizumi didn't look at him once, but Oikawa was sure his boyfriend was registering his expression and the sudden silence. Good. They somehow managed to fit everything into the trunk of the car, but when Oikawa reached for the keys, Iwaizumi snatched them away. Oh, come on, what did I do this time? Nothing, but you drove here, so I'm driving back. At that, Oikawa lowered his gaze, sensing a great opportunity to push the challenge a step further. Alright. To his surprise, however, Iwaizumi didn't even pause and immediately got into the driver's seat. The heck? My acting was perfect. How could he not notice? He twitched his fingers the whole ride, keeping his eyes fixed on his hand. It was strange to drive in silence like this, and he couldn't understand why Iwaizumi hadn't reacted to his obvious, though only acted, sadness yet. Maybe I annoyed him too much? Or chose the wrong day? He thought about it the whole way until they parked outside Iwaizumi's new flat, unsure how to start a conversation. If his boyfriend really was mad, then apology would be a good start. If not, then he really wanted to know what was happening. He hit his limit right as they carried the chairs inside. Mad or not, I'm doing the challenge. Hajime? Yeah? I think I'll sleep on the couch tonight. Iwaizumi raised his eyebrow and then shrugged. Alright. Oikawa gasped, losing the skill to think coherent for a few seconds. That's it? Alright. You aren't even going to ask why? I suppose it's about me calling your advice useless and not letting you drive. I don't question your thought process anymore. Either way, if you want to sleep on the couch, suit yourself. You should be trying to stop me. Oh yeah? Shouldn't I also get on my knees to beg for forgiveness? Offer you food as a peace offering? Carry you in my arms for the rest of the day? Oikawa pouted, this time for real. Fine, be like this. Enjoy your cold bed tonight. With that, he plopped down on the couch with his arms crossed over his chest, grumbling under his breath. Stupid Hajime. Can't even be predictable like a normal person. Iwaizumi snorted a short laugh. Yeah, as if you weren't used to it already. By the way, next time you want to be sneaky about a challenge, don't leave your unlocked phone lying around. It's not a real game like that. Wait, what? He turned around, only to see Iwaizumi grinning from ear to ear. So this whole time? I was waiting how long you will keep up the act. It was quite funny to watch, to be honest. You... Hajime! Do you have to ruin every fun I could have? You know what? Fine, be like this. Now I'm definitely sleeping here. And no hugs for you, you meanie. Oh, is that so? Before Oikawa could retort, a high-pitched squeal escaped his mouth when Iwaizumi started to tickle his side. He squirmed on the couch, laughing and gasping for air at the same time while he tried to sweat Iwaizumi's hands away. Stop, 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 please! Okay, I take it back. Will you stop being pouty? Yes! Chuckling, Iwaizumi ended his torment, and Oikawa huffed, offended, as he tried to tidy his ruffled hair. You are such a brute sometimes. And yet you still love me. Oikawa grunted, but still reached up to carefully pull Iwaizumi's head down for a kiss. Yeah, I do. But I'm still mad you ruined the challenge for me. Will a movie night do it for you? I have snacks. Sounds good to me. Shirabu let out a deep, relieved sigh as he eased himself onto the couch in the staff room, a cup of hot coffee in hand. He couldn't recall ever having so much work in 1 week as this. It almost seemed like everyone decided to get sick and injured at the same time to test the doctors and nurses in their hospital. But he didn't complain. Not much, at least. This was what he studied for after all, and helping his patients always felt great. And on top of that, he got a pile of new stories he could tell Same. However, he would prefer if everything wasn't so hectic all the time. He didn't stop basically the whole shift, and now he couldn't wait to have his coffee and then go home to Same. At least he hoped Same was waiting for him at home. He said he has a free evening today, but one never knows with him. Not that he didn't believe Same, but his boyfriend could be somewhat free-spirited sometimes and throw himself into things head first without thinking. He shook his head, chasing the thoughts away. He promised he'll be home. He never breaks promises. He gulped down the rest of the coffee and got up, quickly collecting his things before he rushed home. Finally. He rejoiced upon taking note of the turned-on lights in the living room, happy Same kept his promise after all. And apparently also turned on every damn heater in the flat, judging by the temperature. I hope he's not sick again. Ada? Quiet rustling coming from the living room reached his ears, and he frowned. Ada, is everything okay? Yeah, everything is fine. Welcome home. Confused, Shirabu carefully followed the voice, wondering why didn't he get the usual welcome hug. And Same's almost nervous tone didn't help either. Why is it so warm here? Are you sick? Oh, no, don't worry. I just need it to be a bit warmer in here. Completely baffled, Shirabu rushed into the living room, finding Same sitting on the couch with his back turned to him, apparently bending down to something. He straightened and flashed Shirabu a wide smile, but Shirabu didn't miss the little nervous lines around his eyes. Hey love, how was work? Good. What's going on? You are weirding me out. Before Same could answer, a quiet squeak came from the couch. Same's cheeks flushed immediately. Ada, what was that? Same sighed. Well, since I can't hide them from you. He motioned for Shirabu to come closer, and Shirabu froze. Two tiny bodies with black fur wiggled around in a fake blanket, the little squeals he supposed were meowing growing stronger. What the heck? Eita, where did you... What are they doing here? Sighing again, Semi gently swaddled the kittens back into the blanket. I heard them crying from some back alley when I went home. They were closed in a box without anything around them. I think someone threw them out to get rid of them. He looked up at Shirabu. I couldn't leave them there. They were cold and hungry and without Mom. You don't mind, do you, that they stay here? Shirabu stayed quiet, trying to sort his thoughts. Sure, his heart was melting seeing Sammy being all soft and gentle with the little fur balls, and he loved cats too. But on the other hand... Eita, we can't take care of them. Not with our schedules. I can take vacation at work for some time. We don't even know how to care for kittens this small. Look at them, their eyes are barely open. Sammy clenched his jaw, turning his attention back to the kittens. I bought everything we need already, and I asked the vet about how to care for them. I'm not throwing them out again. I'm not telling you to throw them out. I'm saying we should find someone more experienced with this sort of thing. And until then... Shirabu sighed, feeling the tension radiating from Semi. He really didn't want to take on such a huge responsibility, purely for the sake of the kittens. But Semi already looked attached, and he didn't have the heart to break the bond. Besides, watching his boyfriend being so protective and gentle to something so small was endearing. Fine, they can stay for now. But only until we find some rescue or shelter to take them in. Semi no less than beamed, all the nervous energy leaving his body. You are a sweetheart, you know. Thank you. Don't make me regret it. Despite his tone, he sat next to Semi, reaching over him to pet one of the small heads, earning a tiny meow in return. Pleasant shivers ran down his back when Semi wrapped his arm around his waist. They are cute, aren't they? Yeah. What should we do with them now? The vet said they need feeding every 4 hours, and then we need to massage their bellies. I got some milk for cats. She said that's the best for now for them. And we have to make them some beds so they don't run away or fall. Shirabu nodded and leaned more into Semi's side. He didn't expect they would be thrown into parenting that day, but in the end it was a good deed. Guess we sleep on the couch tonight, huh? Semi kissed his temple. You don't have to. You're tired, aren't you? I'll stay with them. You can go to bed. Offended by the implication, Shirabu grunted and settled more comfortably in Semi's arms. We are partners, remember? Which means we should share responsibilities, including this. Semi paused for a moment before a smile softened his face. Thank you, love. You're awesome. Yeah. I'll go find some books and blankets. You watch our little furballs. Semi grinned happily and leaned closer to the kittens. You heard that? You are our babies now. Rolling his eyes as if his heart didn't just riot in his chest, Shirabu got up and headed to fetch the needed things. In moments like this, it wasn't so difficult to recall why he fell for his musician idiot. He smiled and stopped in the kitchen along the way to get them some snacks. They had a long night ahead of them.